stories and opinions shared on the Lost Art Project, veterans' voices are told in each guest's own words. They reflect their personal experiences, memories, and perspectives. While every effort is made to present these stories respectfully and authentically, the Lost Art Project does not verify the accuracy or completeness of any statements made by guests. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the host, producers, or affiliates of this podcast.
San Diego, California, USMC. Served 4 years and I did my time. M16, M249.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project, Veterans Voices, and we're going to have one heck of an episode tonight. Why? Because it is time for the Fireside Chat with the crew. But before we get into the episode, I hope you're enjoying these podcasts, and if so, make sure you go to the website. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go check us out, see what we're all about. There's a couple ways you can help support us. You can go in there. You can click on the one-time donation button. Heck, you can go in and become a patron. That's a monthly donation. And of course, we have merchandise. You can go in there and help support us with the merchandise, or you can advertise right here on the podcast. A big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project out there doing amazing things. I'm telling you, I love this organization. If you don't know anything about them, you need to go check them out. If you do know something about them, go back and check them out. They're always doing new stuff. But you can find them at tillvalhallaproject.com.
Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member.
We're going to go around the country. Here we are. We got the crew, man. We're doing good. We'll start with Aaron. Aaron, how you doing down there in Florida? Oh, you got to unmute.
I guess I better unmute my mic here. Doing good. As y'all know, just celebrated my my 45th birthday, so probably definitely
old, man.
Yeah, just looking at everybody in the room, I'm definitely the youngest in the room. So other than that, like I said, just continuously working on this this backyard here, and killing myself here.
Well, you got some of it done.
Yeah, I got a roof put on it. It's not completely secure, so if we were to have high winds, it would be gone. But close enough for right now.
Well, you got to start somewhere. So,
all right, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Mike, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Andrew. Been a busy week, plenty of work, but I'm doing good. Cooler weather's here in Southwest Georgia, so I can't complain.
Yeah. It's starting to cool down everywhere, I think, except maybe down in Florida. But it was cool. I had some shorts on. I walked outside just a couple minutes ago, and I was kind of cold, to be honest with you. It reminded me of San Diego weather, actually. But speaking of San Diego weather, Mark, how you doing?
You went outside, Andrew, and your nipples were hard? What?
Yeah, absolutely. I could have been because I was rubbing them, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mark, how's San Diego?
Oh, San Diego's gorgeous. We had a little rain earlier last week, but then you know how that is out here. Once the rain leaves, it just comes out, and it's just been gorgeous weather since. I mean, mid-80s all day, just crystal clear skies, beautiful sunshine, and that was the same way it was yesterday for the 250th birthday celebration at Camp Pendleton. But what a phenomenal event! I wasn't there, but I saw just everybody's Facebook posts and everything like
Yeah.
that. It was just a magnificent, you know, show of military might and the Marine Corps expertise.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I got to see a little bit of it. I didn't get to see much, but it definitely looked cool. And the vice president sure had everybody worked up pretty good from what I was seeing.
Oh, definitely. Him and head chef also.
Yeah.
Secretary of War.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good
He
stuff.
said, I heard him say something about if they don't get the troops paid, then all the bars will be closing down around there.
I didn't hear that part.
That's a true statement, though. They go 1 month without the business of the troops, man. They go under, I think. Could be rough.
Some places would.
Yeah. All right, Vic, how you doing, man?
Man, has it been busy? Oh my gosh, it's been busy. Let's see. I had to go up to Charleston, pick up the kid, and bring her back. And then over the weekend, I finished the display shelving for my local cigar shop. Today, I delivered them.
Nice.
Over the weekend, I've also been helping one of my coworkers move. So today was the washer machine, which was the final heavy thing to go. So finally done helping her move. And then this coming up Tuesday, we got my school's talent show. So I got several of my students doing things. So it's going to be fun. All right, here we go. So this week's cigar is a Fuente. Before we go into our topics, this is an Arturo Fuente Don Carlos Eye of the Shark. This one's got a little bit of a legend behind it. It was created by Carlos Fuente Sr. And the reason it's the shark is because of its shape. Not only normally you either have a box press cigar or a cylinder cigar, but this is both. So it's got a torpedo and a box shape, which is kind of unique among the cigar world. Let's see. It's a Dominican Republican binder and filler and a Cameroon wrapper. So it's got a natural sweetness to it from the Cameroon leaf. And then let's see. I would say it's like cedar and roasted nuts. I know you like that, Mike. Maybe even a touch of caramel. Which will pair nicely with the McKenna 10-year that I'm drinking. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. And by the end of the cigar, it's like maybe toasted oak and molasses kind of things. But it's medium to full body. Yeah, it's like I want to say it's 5.5 to by 52, I think, or 54. So it's a nice little cigar. They're pretty sought after. They're produced in limited quantities. It was meant as a tribute cigar, but when it got so popular, they started producing it in limited editions. But yeah, so here you go.
Very nice. Well, don't let us forget about the review at the end. We always seem to forget about it because we definitely need to hear about the end result.
I will do my best.
And we need those ratings bad on those cigars. Everybody's out there just waiting on they're biting their nails waiting for that
Bated
review,
breath,
and then
yes.
they don't get it. Yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible.
And remember, if you reach the climax early, let us know.
Yeah. It's a good point. Yeah. All right, Jess, how you doing, man?
I'm awake. So it's
good. Yeah.
It's ball season, so I've been doing envelopes at night. We got about 200 folks coming to the birthday this year, so making the envelopes, making sure we got all the tickets in there and all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Very nice.
Yep, about 300 we're thinking. We're not sure. So maybe our biggest one yet, and we're gonna fill the space, that's for sure. So
yeah.
Time of
now, how many people can fit in there?
Seated like that, probably about 5. And then
that's pretty good.
Standing, it's 1,000 plus. I don't know.
Oh wow.
I think I don't want to test that theory. It was we had a benefit for Air Guard member up here. We got either some type of tumor or the cancer or one of them, and there was probably like 1,500 people in there easy.
Oh wow.
You saw the fire department show up, like, oh, they're gonna hit us for occupancy, and like, no, they were there for the fundraiser too. So
yeah, that's convenient to have them there, and they're supporting it. That's good.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna let it slide just a little bit. So that's all good.
Then for Ireland, one of our older cats passed on because she got all the cancers, and they had to. That was a great day. But yeah, so yesterday I took my daughter to get another shelter rescue. So instead of a tabby or a black, now we have a creamsicle kitten who's the size of my hand, and
learning everything all over again.
Of course, we can't have a real name because it comes like her normie name was Honey Bun, but in this little coven of witches I got in this house, it's Solstice. So it's the code name.
Nice.
Just your man.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. Well, heck, man. Yeah. What I didn't really send out a whole lot for this one, and so we're just kind of go with what we saw. Let's see. What was the first one that I sent out? Or I only sent out one. What was the one that I sent out? I can't even remember. Hold on, let me go look. Somebody help me out.
Was it the CBS being or not
That's it.
Pentagon? Yeah,
that's correct.
Yep.
CBS not in the Pentagon
Yep.
anymore, man. That's pretty wild because they've been there a long time.
They all walked.
Yeah.
Except for
everybody walked.
But
CBS, NBC, almost all of them. One America was one of the few that stuck around.
Yeah. And that was because, correct me if I'm wrong, that was because of the, I guess the new contract, or not contract, but thing that had to sign.
Press agreement. Right? Yep.
Yeah, new press agreement. So I wonder what was so bad in the press agreement, do you think, that caused everybody to walk?
From what I understand, everything had to be approved before it was sent out.
Even if it was unclassified, correct?
Yes.
Well, which I ain't gonna lie to you, it's pretty smart.
It seems like a mountainous pile of work for the Pentagon to do to approve every story or article or write-up that leaves the building from the press corps. Man, holy cow! Talking about giving themselves an administrative burden. But what they're trying to do is limit the leaking of information.
Right.
And I don't know if necessarily that is the best way to do it, because I think you're damaging the credibility and transparency of the government by doing stuff like that. But if your goal is to prevent leaks to the press and you accomplish that goal, then I don't know. But it seems like like maybe not the right step forward.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if they're concentrating on trying to get it to stop those leaks, well, more than likely it's going to stop since they're not there anymore.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know if that was their goal.
Yeah. So go ahead, Rick.
I was just going to say that, I mean, you're not leaking people that are in the building. I mean, all it takes is, maybe you are. I mean, if you're giving them pieces of paper that can't be traced, maybe. But I mean, I don't know. Phone calls and anything else. There's all kinds of manners of way to leak information without being physically present in the building.
True. Yeah. So that's kind of where I was going with that, is that I don't think you're going to prevent it. And simple fact is just where we're at with technology and how things are disseminated out now. You just can't. We're not in 1950 anymore,
Mm-hmm.
And there's just too much. I mean, I work in this stuff daily, right? I'm still, and Jess knows, I'm still kind of involved in that process, force management process.
Right.
So like I see stuff on Unclass every day, and it's like, this stuff should not be over here, but it's approved to be on Unclass. So it's like, what in the world are we doing?
Maybe the other side's overclassified. We never asked that. We never answered that question either.
So me personally, thanks for adding that, Jess, because me personally, I think if you're going to like start preventing, I shouldn't say prevent. If you're going to start controlling what's disseminated out to the press, then maybe you should change your classification levels of some of the information, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that was his default setting. It was classified to the space it was under, and that's what led to a lot of stuff, binders and binders and binders being overclassified. And every time you're doing this, you see your classified material control center out there basically just getting overrun with materials and folders and binders. And every time you got to go through like destruction phase, it just breaks your soul off. So
yeah. And nowadays they have what's called controlled unclassified information, CUI.
Yeah.
Or critical unclassified information, sorry. That still has to be controlled. You just can't give it to the press, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
Yeah. And that's that classification authority that never really gets read out, read in, read out, right? And
right.
I mean, we went through a destruction phase in like 2002 in Jordan, where the only thing we had as a burn material was diesel, and we overused. So that thing might still it might be the eternal flame of Jordan, where we're just getting rid of all of our destruction material and just melted everything.
Yeah.
It just soaked in and it just burned for hours. I don't know. We were just feeding the beast.
Wow.
Right in the middle of the desert.
Oh yeah, there's still got to be a burn. There's still got to be a burn barrel burning somewhere in the Middle East. From somebody.
We almost burned down Bagra one night because of that. The Seabees over by the airstrip were shredding everything in like 2015 or 14, and
that was okay.
The wind picked up, and all that shredded material is like flying up and setting embers up next to the fuel dump. We're like, you guys might want to cover that up, guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the SMU in Kandahar back in, I think it was 2009. Somebody caught that place on fire.
Oh yeah. No, it's just the volume of classified that we're working with these days. So you hit that up, and it's. But yeah, off topic.
Look at this. There's a couple of you that probably recognize this crazy guy here that just came in.
Water boy.
I don't know
Master Gunny Trenum retired,
You
just
got
retired.
to be shitting me.
Who's the bald guy in the top right corner?
I don't know.
That would be me, dickhead.
Is that what I got to look forward to? Is losing all my hair?
Yes. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, whatever. So for those that don't know, and I'll do some introductions. So we got Jess over here. He's up in South Dakota. We got Mark O'Loughlin. Do you know him?
I was in DI school with him. What's up, brother?
How are you?
Happening?
And then Aaron Davis. You know him, right?
Yeah. Yep, I know Davis. It's been
and
a while.
Trenum left his schoolhouse when I got there. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
All right, Mark. Tell us all the scoop on Trenum.
Oh no! Don't do that.
What happens at DI school stays at DI school.
That's right.
Oh, come on.
I can tell you the scoop on Trenum. No, go ahead, Mark. You tell me.
Oh, McNanny could probably talk for a couple hours. He's got all the scoop.
Oh man,
he does have all the scoop. Oh man, so. And of course, it says Water Boy, which is pretty awesome. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? Since you put it up,
you know. Say what? What do you want me to do?
You got to tell us what Water Boy is, so we all know.
Oh, okay.
I can't laughing. Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this one actually came probably either from McNanny or from Yaphet Jones. Or maybe Douglas from 2004 in Iraq. Sergeant of the Guard. You know, my first time in Iraq, all these guys were already over there once before. So we're at Camp Blue Diamond and doing the Sergeant of the Guard thing, making sure that we had those stupid floodlights powered up going around the the perimeter of the base, and one of them went down, and I was like, oh damn, okay. So I go out there and I'm trying to get it started. It was generator ran, so I was trying to get it started. I was like, oh shit, let me check the gas. So it was out of gas. I was like, oh, okay, that's easy enough. So I fill it up, and then I'm cranking and cranking and cranking, probably for a good 30 minutes, man. And I go back and I'm like, I told Yafet, I'm like, man, this thing will not start. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's not going to start. And he's like, that's all right. Just leave it down and just make sure the Marines in the towers know that it's out of service. So I do that and all that fun stuff. Well, finally daylight comes and I'm doing the checks on the towers, and I get in the Humvee and I look on the back and I see these cans. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, what's in these? Like, why are there two different colored cans? And I go back and I ask Yafet, I'm like, hey, what's in the other can that's on the back? And he's like, I think it was a tan colored can. And he's like, oh, that's the extra water. And I was like, oh, I think I put water in the generator because I thought it was all gas. So sure enough, I pulled the hose off, drained it out. There was no gasoline smell at all. It just looked like pretty good old water leaking out on the ground. So I filled it up with the proper fuel, which was not water, and hit the start button, and it fired right up. And I was like, oh, go figure. Funny how that stuff works.
It's amazing when you put the right fluid in it, it works.
Yeah, man. And I think McNanny and Yafet from that point on was like, my handle was Waterboy instead.
Yep.
So I was like, there we go.
There's no way that's ever again right. That's got to be the worst.
Oh, I was shocked I would even live that one down and people would even forget about it. But us few old ones will never forget
about that.
So yeah, it was good stuff. Man. It was good stuff. Good times.
Yeah.
So, yes, sir.
Well, you missed out on our first topic of discussion there, Waterboy. It was we were talking about the press and how they're all leaving the Pentagon. And what's your take on that?
They should leave the Pentagon. I think they do. I think they do more damage than good. Honestly, I'm not a big press fan. So I politics isn't really my thing, but I think a lot of the press is what causes a lot of the division in our country. So
yeah,
that's my take. Yeah. They spin stuff, they tell half truths, that, whatever narrative they want to put out there is how they're going. I remember Contreras once said at one of our conferences it was either at the Pentagon or at Quantico. And he said, Excel is only as good as the data that you want to display. You can use Excel and you can use data for whatever you want, but the picture that you paint is the data that you put together. You can paint whatever picture you want. And I think that's exactly what the press does. They're too busy. Instead of putting all the truth out there, they're trying to paint a narrative each time they open their mouth. So yeah, I think they all should walk. Kick them out.
There you go. There you go.
The other thing too just goes to tell you, if they're walking out because they don't agree, like, how do you not agree with having national security at the Pentagon? Like, you want to walk around the halls freely? Like, 30 years in the Marine Corps, I couldn't even do that. I had to have a visitor badge and someone had to walk around with me. Like, give me a break.
That's true. Well, there was a reason that they had to do that to you, though. They were worried about their generators.
Yeah, so. That's true. They thought I was going to raid their break room and take all their water. So. Gotta keep the generators running, man.
Well, last time I was at the Pentagon, Andrew was wandering around trying to take picture with spacemen.
I know.
I got one picture. Yeah. The only spaceman that I've met was at one time.
Yeah.
Still haven't got anybody on.
I was with you for that one.
I know.
Yeah.
That was a pretty exciting moment in my career.
And we walked right into the office of the assistant commandant.
We did.
Walked right in. Like we own the place.
Yep. Oh, that's right. Yeah. It was the three of us. Yep.
Yeah. And he was busy. He was busy. He couldn't see us.
Yeah.
The sergeant out there did a good job of protecting him, though. He He did his job well.
I just think
Oh,
start losing America, because that is the only way we're going to see inside it unfiltered. And honestly, you start losing that transparency. You start losing you can't. The death of the fourth estate has been going on for a long time, but this is not exactly our best place as America if we can't have a press and everything's a public affairs release. We're missing the bigger point. So every time we shut out the press or did not have something like ready to go, our little Mew with a bunch of Hueys and like Amtraks turned into Bradleys and Apaches. So push bad. They're not, you can't be turning them off. And that's what I keep saying. But we serve the Democrat, we serve the Republic. And part of that's the estate, the fourth estate.
Yeah. I think I do think that they need to be there to report stuff, but I agree that they need to report things accurately and not put spin on things. And that to me, just in general, is the problem with media, like Rob was saying, or Waterboy, sorry.
It isn't credentialed reporters are pushing out the bullshit, though. That's typically the guys on the editorial boards, and they're just making stuff up. So, like a credentialed journalist, that's like Martha Raddatz, and all these folks are doing the good work up there. So they're the ones that sit through the press briefings every day. They're the ones that actually are on C-SPAN, the boring channel nobody wants to watch. It's not they're just making stuff up on the side. You guys pretty much the Gulf or OIF 1 vets. Embedded journalists were either great or you had to work with them, and that was part of the new mediascape. We looked at that in the 90s when it came to Chuck Krulak's like 4-block war. How many strategic corporals got in the room, but that was part of the equation, and every time you shut them off, it just got worse. So we lived in a CNN world, and that was part of the things on the After Actions ways got brought up on was what happens when, you might have done it legit, but what does that look like on CNN? So I floated with a guy who was one of the first guys off the boat in Somalia, and all he saw was floodlights on the beach. And he was the scout swimmer for the recon team, and he almost dropped the CNN reporter on the beach. Like, that was a real thing. He was a free fall instructor down in Arizona. But we were sitting around talking on the mess decks one night. It was like when I got off the boat and I was off the Zodiac, the first thing I saw was a bunch of floodlights because it got leaked out to the press. And they were there, of course. Yeah. But that's what happens when you don't. I'd rather have pissing out of the tent than pissing in, is another best way to say it. And they're pissing in pretty hard. So shut them off at your own peril. That's my moral of that story.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like the way you put it, though, pissing out of the tent, not pissing in the tent. So that's a good point. Oh, stop it.
Well, history will show us if it was a good decision or not. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of that going on.
I think it'll eventually work itself out. I don't think they'll stay gone forever, and they'll come to a happy medium at some point in time, and they'll go back in. It's just a matter of they gotta work through it all.
Well, our ability to negotiate these days is about 0 too. It's either all or nothing.
That is a good point. Yeah, we forgot what negotiations were.
Compromise.
Yeah.
A lot of people are finding out what negotiations are when they're dealing with Trump.
Yeah,
he'll slap some type of fine or tariff and whatever like that, and they'll come begging. They'll come begging and be more willing to negotiate on his terms.
All right, Kat, you're going to have to go one way or the other.
I just drove up to a wedding last week, and every cornfield, every bean field in South Dakota is getting cut right now, and they're tarping it this year. So that's not a good sign when we're starting tarping corn this early, because they're not selling, and there's not a market for beans.
No kidding.
Many millions of bushels of corn, billions of bushels of corn and beans. it might be a lean winter up here for us in the markets.
That bad, huh?
We don't break tarps out in October. It's usually gone. It's been railed out. So maybe it's just the way it looks like right now, but there's some concerns.
Interesting. Wow. Well, shoot. Vic, you had sent something out that I thought was interesting, that little video that you had sent. You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, I mean, basically the whole premise is that while we're in, we have a certain amount of discipline, that was taught in boot camp and honed through years of leadership schools, corporal's corps, sergeant's corps, staff academy, advanced, all that. So we learned how to talk to ourselves and other Marines in a very decisive way. But then when we get out, we lose some of that, and that inner voice in our head now, also in addition to when you're in and you're talking to people in a decisive way, that type of decisive action becomes one of the hallmarks of being a Marine, right? But when you get out and you don't have that decisive action, and you don't have those Marines around you executing to your left and right, and doing things around you, and in concert with you, then and it's just you in your head, those voices start to work against you. Those inner voices start to work against you. So the whole premise of the video was, you earned that voice through years and years in the Marine Corps. We've all retired. You've earned that voice. Use it constructively, not destructively. Talk to yourself, be respectful to yourself, just like you would to any Marine around you when you're active duty. But be decisive and work towards a goal. The video didn't say it, but it basically said, give yourself some grace. Be respectful to yourself. Talk up about yourself, not talk down to yourself. What you say inside your head matters. I mean, even those little things where like, oh man, I'm such an idiot, I should have not. Okay, well, those things matter. Even how innocuous or how innocent you think that inner monologue is, it still matters. So talk to yourself respectfully. Talk to yourself like you would another Marine. You don't talk down the Marines around you. You talk them up, right? And then then you got a Marine to your left and right that's working with you instead of working against you, because you're not treating them like shit. So why do you treat yourself like shit? So,
as Marines, we have high standards. And all veterans can probably attest to this. But we have high standards, and we hold ourselves to it, and we beat ourselves up while we're in if we don't, meet that standard or that mark, whatever we put ourselves up to, right? If I want that high first class PFT and I don't get it, well, I'm hard on myself about, well, not me, but some of you guys. I was okay with a second class, but as long as I passed toward the end, that's the way I saw it.
That's that second battalion attitude.
Hey, Mark, help me out here.
Second battalion is the gold standard. That's just how it is.
That's battalion.
For second place.
For second place. Wow. I knew there was a reason I shouldn't have invited you on here. Damn it.
I know, right?
You mean other than the constant motion that's about to give me motion sickness?
How's that? Hey, I can't sit still, man. You know that.
Mark's not drinking tonight, so Mark's not. He's not.
He's not in the camera tonight, so we're doing good.
Get carried away.
Where Vic was going with that, though, there is a point, though. And if you start looking at this as like how you build a caricature of what the Marine Corps is, a caricature of who you are instead of the reality, that know yourself and seek self-improvement, that's a real thing. You got to know yourself first. And if the image in your head is a character of who I'm supposed to be instead of the reality, you're never going to get better. We build up we build up like this giant image of who we're supposed to be. And I watch guys smashing walls all the time on this because I was 19 and could do this thing. I'm not 19 anymore. Hey, Mark's probably got the best view of this. It took a trip down to San Diego and watch Buddy get promoted, and I see a bunch of guys running on the beach, and I just looked at him like, I used to do that. I could probably still do that. And then I looked again and like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not happening. That reality check is hard and it's brutal, but if in your mind you're still 19 and you're not giving yourself the grace to age a little bit, you're going to slam into that wall pretty damn hard. And it's a brutal wall. It does not forgive. Physics never let.
The biggest thing when you talk about slamming into a wall and is once you're out, you don't have your buddies around you to pick you back up whenever you slam into that wall. And you're by yourself, or you start to feel like you're by yourself, right? And if you don't reach out and talk to your friends or talk to people, then you get stuck in that hole and you can't get yourself out of it. And that's a rough spot to be in.
Well, it also comes down to honest talk too. And a lot of people like to build up, like I said, that I'm the caricature of who I was. My first semester in college, I had to be the caricature of whatever I expected a Marine to be. And that was a brutal beatdown, especially when it came out as hard and fast that first year.
Yeah.
I was like, no, that I got to find a way to do this better. Mm-hmm. Like, why am I doing the hey diddle diddle right up the middle, smashing in the assault when I could probably take a left step and it's going to be a little bit easier for me to get around and find where I need to go. The whole renewable warfare approach to life, bypass and move. But that first semester, I'm smashing into this. You can't stop me. I mean, I took 27 credits one semester because
oh my God,
that was not the brightest move, but I was like, I'm going to make it through this. I was an ops chief. I know how this works. I can just,
I took 21 credits one semester and I didn't have a life. Oh, man. Holy shit. I can't imagine taking 27 credits. But I will say you opened up an interesting can of worms. There's a little bit of a rabbit hole there to go down. Like, how far away from your separation from the Marine Corps do you still continue? I don't want to say to play the part, but to be the persona of what you were when you were active duty. Mark, I don't mean to pick on you this, but I mean, you're further removed than any of us, I think.
No, I don't know. Mike and Jess were out before I guess Mike, Mark, I think.
But I mean, like the further you get out at some, I mean, how 5 years out, you start to let go a little bit. Okay, I don't fit into my blues anymore. 10 years out, people used to, you start to say, I used to be a Marine. I mean, things like that. How far removed does that persona start to slip away? I used to be active duty, oh yeah, sure, I'm a Marine, what's Marine, always Marine, right, kind of thing. But like the how many people do you know that like, okay, yeah, honor, courage, commitment, boo, big deal, okay, but some people still live it, still very, very aggressively live it, so I mean, it's obviously an individual basis kind of thing, but like you see further as people get further, what's the saying, not as lean, not as mean, but still Marine kind of thing,
Yeah.
But like how far removed from the Marine Corps are those people,
I think everybody's case is situational dependent. So, Andrew does a lot of things for veterans. He's constantly talking to veterans. Mark, same thing. I'm not sure about the water boy and what he does, but like me, I work back at a Marine component headquarters. So do I hold myself, be on time, be functional, the way I brief, and make sure all those things are right. But the one thing that I don't do is PT anymore. And I'll tell them right up. They're like, hey, you want to come? No, I don't want to come run no more. That was one reason I retired, because it hurt. So, but I worked with a guy that did, I think he retired at like 27 years. He's about, I think he just turned 58 not too long ago. So just a little bit behind Mark, but that dude's still running 3 miles a day. And I'm like, no, have fun with it.
Good on him. So yeah, just like you said. So with your own personality, like with me, like I said, I spent the majority of my time, San Diego County, First Mardiv, MCRD. I'm involved in that charity organization for the last close to 30 years. Now I'm working for a Wounded Warrior Project, and there's a lot of Marines and other veterans in that organization. So it's like I said, just like Aaron, I don't get out there and run 3 miles. I still get in the gym, almost every day and try to maintain my health. Really, that's where it basically comes to now. I love running, but I got a left knee that just won't allow it anymore. And yeah, you still, like I said, you still communicate, you still show enthusiasm. It's not the old company gunny, wear people out all the time and everything, but you still got organization skills, you still enthusiasm, you still get people fired up to try to help you do things when you are in charge of something. Like I said, that charity organization, I've got this, it's full of 100 some of the top level business people in San Diego, so there's some all ranges of ages, and everyone's a volunteer. No one gets paid a dime in that organization. We do a lot of things. So trying to get, volunteers to meet schedules and standards and everything like that when you're trying to do a function, it takes way more, not leadership, more, convincing and communicating and inspecting and following up. And, you always got to be telling them how much you appreciate them and you know, uh, but like, still got to stay on top of it. But yeah, being a Marine with all that knowledge and skill of doing it before, that helps out. It makes it easier, especially when they see organization and see how things run when people actually do what they say they're going to do. It helps out. And plus, I always get active duty Marines to come in and help with some of the bigger functions.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Now, Mike, you were far removed and kind of off on your own for a long time. So, how was it for you, going through all that?
What do you mean? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, like when you got out and everything, you weren't necessarily around the Marines, around the bases and stuff like that. Not necessarily around the veteran community. So how was it for you? I mean, I'm sure there's others out there that are like that as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had guys like you and, Rob, other known as Waterboy, that actually, communicated with me and talked to me. And I mean, I'm not really sure where we're going with this, but, it's funny that the Marine Corps aspect of everything, I went through a period of time where I didn't want anything to do with the Marine Corps. I was done. But, it's because of guys like you, Andrew, and Rob, Waterboy. You guys talk to me and you continue to talk to me. And it's been, a continuous thing with, even this podcast with Aaron, Vic, Mark, and even you, Jess. It's, I can look at you, Jess, and do this. But I love you, brother. But it's, it's a weird thing. It's, I'm not even sure where we're going with this, but, it's the simple fact that this continuous thing that we have as Marines.
Yeah.
Well,
it's never ending. Go ahead, Vic.
I would like on Paris Island. There's like I know there's more than that, but when I retired from Paris Island, I knew I could count on one hand the number of retired like base sergeant majors. The sergeant major for the depot wears 3 hats, right?
Yeah.
But there was 5 of those retired sergeants major that still worked on base.
Yeah.
Like one of them retired on Friday and went back to be the CG's protocol officer on Monday, and is still the protocol officer like 10 years later. And in my opinion, he never took off the hat, And then like just as I was retiring, the base sergeant major Eastern Recruiting Region Sergeant Major, Depot Sergeant Major. Retired, and then 2 months later came back and was the head of housing on base. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, like some people, I don't know. I'm not trying to offend anybody here, but like there are active duty and then you're retired. Like some people, it just seems like can't let it go. They can't put the active duty behind them. They feel like they have to carry the torch in perpetuity until they go into a nursing home or something. I don't know. But it's a funny community because it's a small community of people that do that, and they think that they still have the moral high ground to tell all the other retirees, hey, I still go to the gym. Why can't you go to the gym? Hey, I'm still running. Why aren't you still running? Kind of thing. I don't know.
Most of you guys are drill instructors, right? I saw like the hats all over the place. All right.
I was a recruiter.
Sorry.
Okay. You're a talker. I get that.
I'm not.
Yeah. Not me. No, sorry.
What do they tell you guys when they got new recruits coming in? The Marine Corps doesn't like change you all the way. It just accentuates the baseline morals, right? It just adds fuel to the fire. And what I noticed, especially on the outside, and I was kind of away from the flag here, is if honor, courage, and commitment are just words, they're going to go away real quick. If that's who you are, you're going to be able to pick those guys out in the lineup any day. And you can see them walking across campus. You can see them walking across town. You can see them on the job sites. If it was more than just words and those standards and those things that they were doing, it's who they were, those good habits they built, they're going to continue on. If they were just words, you're going to start seeing that slip and start seeing that stuff just get dropped by the wayside over time. So, but the guys who really, really want to get away from the Marine Corps the fastest are the ones who come back in about 5 to 10 years, and they just are the most motivated dudes you've ever met in your life. It's the paradox of veteran status, I'll call it. But that's what I've noticed the longer I've been out. I mean, I got out 20 years ago. So that's kind of how it's been. But if they're just words, they're done. But you can tell who actually that was their life. This is who I am now. And they took it on and they're just doing great things. Yeah. You pick them up anywhere. They carry themselves differently.
I say all of that to say that I believe that a veteran struggle, especially the ones that have just transitioned out, I think each veteran struggle is that friction between how do I walk the line of what I used to be and what I'm about to become or what I am becoming. How much do I hold on and how much do I let go? And that's where I think a lot of transitioning veterans fall through the cracks. Some of them need help, some of them don't. And the ones that need help, some of them they don't ask for it, which is why you have a thing up in the corner of the screen that says no more 22, because those people weren't able to figure out how much to keep and how much to let go, and they needed help and they didn't get it. So it's tough for people that have lost their way and can't, I guess, manage or mitigate that friction of how much to keep and how much to let go.
Yeah.
So
let's ask Rob. Rob said most recently wanted to retire. Rob, tell us how do you look at things? What's your thought?
Yeah, I would say I agree with Vic. I mean, a lot of that it's really life changing. I mean, especially for 30 years. I mean, being surrounded by Marines my entire life, every day of my life, and then I blessed because I ended up staying. I got a job. I work in a construction company now as their safety officer, and so I get to go, either on Pearl Harbor. Right now, I've been at MCBH constantly. So I'm back on the base. So I still have that, in a sense of belonging, because it's like, I'm going to my roots. And I still have an active, not an active part, I wouldn't say, but I still in touch with all the Marines at the band here. Because I still pop in there and go practice and everything and say hi to everyone. So I kind of kept it going, but I can see how a lot of people, especially if you retire from a base and you go somewhere remotely completely away from your base, where you don't have the community of Marines. I don't necessarily, my new job, I have no community of Marines or even service members in this construction field. So it's like completely two different things. So thankfully, I still have that back at MCBH and still being there close, with people with the band. But to live it, I mean, most retirees, right? They're 20 years. You're living it for 20 years in a community that's just, it's different. Like seeing it in the construction industry, it's different. We're a different breed for sure. And then just all of a sudden to go from having that for 20 years to not having that community. I mean, honestly, I don't know why I didn't jump in Andrew's chats here sooner.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
keeping it going. I mean, shit, I never expected to see Mark in here. Like I would have never. I knew Mike was going to probably be in here and Vic, but I didn't know anyone else. And then to see Mark, I mean, that's crazy, man. It's like 1999, man. We're in San Diego going through freaking drill instructor school. I mean,
Right.
that's the stuff you hold on to, and it's hard when you feel like all that's gone and trying to create an identity. Like I'm a safety officer at a construction company. I don't have any investment in any of these people. They don't have any investment in me. So what do they care about me? I'm looking out to make sure they go home each day safe. But what do they care about me? I'm just that annoying guy that's telling them to put the damn PPE on. So it's different. It's hard to go into a new profession and then build those relationships that, you spend 90 days at boot camp with a bunch of Marines. You go to your new unit. It doesn't matter that you were there in day one. You have that constant, that what would you say, that bond, that significant bond already in common, that you're now Marines. And then, you retire and it's like, oh, I'm going to a new job. I won't lie. My first day on the job, I was quite nervous. And I was like, man, no one gives it. There's no master guns here. This is Rob on day one.
Right.
The safety guy sitting behind a computer doing online training for 5 days. And, that's definitely a change that you gotta get used to. And I think keeping stuff like this going, this is awesome. It's good to see all your ugly faces for sure. But
Well, that's the last time you come on here now.
okay,
Jeez.
fair enough.
Jeez.
So I'll go look for some Navy brethren then.
Real quick, I do want to say hi to, and I don't know how to say this, but Shangy Girl. Anyways, hi, thanks for stopping by. And then also Chris on the TikTok over here says, whoop, let me go back. In his scenario, he had to detach himself from what he'd been doing day to day and do something different, still supporting naval aviation, but had to break away from the norms he'd had for several years. He said it'd be Groundhog's Day 2.0 if he hadn't done that. So I just want to throw that out there. Chris is a good dude, and he's enjoying the conversation, he says. So I apologize.
So one more quick.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Thing. Go ahead. Who is that? Having broken time and then now retired, there was one thing I didn't really learn during that broken time in the civilian world the first time. So I came back, had to get some more, right? So when I retired this time, like the biggest thing is like how you talk to people and how you address people in the civilian world. That was a big one. I'm not saying I personally ran anybody off, but me and another retired gunny had been working together, and they sometimes, the way we addressed them was not ideal, and people just quit and left. So,
Wow.
That's a big thing, is how you talk to people, because in the military, you can address a situation direct, right? Fair, firm, and consistent. But in the civilian world, you have to, Mark said it earlier, you have to, I don't know what I just clicked on, but I clicked off.
We still hear you. Go ahead.
Hey, looks good. Looks good. You like that.
And I think y'all can still see me. But okay, but anyway, but then going into it, because you can't just run them off from the workplace, right? Next thing you know, HR is going to be contacting you. So you have to thank them for everything they do, even though they may not be doing anything.
So there's
it's
a funny
definitely,
story.
it's just definitely, you have to hone your leadership skills. Where it
Yep.
was so much easier to be just direct and be the gunny and be a direct. You have to, like I said, hone your leadership skills, use better communication, and still be clear about what's expected. But you just have to do it in a more tactful tone.
That reminds me of something that you taught me, Mark, on the drill field. But when you're, it's like when you're yelling at a recruit, it's much easier to put your hands on a recruit to get him to do something instead of using your voice to get him to do something. So it's kind of the same thing when you go into the civilian sector. Is I have to have a different way of using my voice, right? A different way of communicating with people. Although, putting your hands on people in the civilian world wouldn't be good, but you get where I'm going with that, right? If not, I apologize.
Totally.
Well, we get to the classroom.
Hey, SecWar says it's okay now.
We had to put that. We had to put
Hey,
that
I just
voice.
want to put a disclaimer out there that I never once put my hands on a recruit. Just saying.
You lying sack of poo. We know that's not true.
Okay, maybe once. He deserved it though.
But when you go into like the classroom, you got to put that voice inside of a box because you can't talk like that in front of, presentations, right. You name it. And then 2-3 years goes on in college, and I'm sitting in a classroom for Middle Eastern politics, and there's 3 of us veterans in there. So there's all of us got Middle East deployments. We all Middle Eastern politics. That's kind of our zone. And the professor, he's a vet too. And next thing you know, we're talking about something that all of us are very interested in, and we know we have experience in. And that classroom that day got a little taste of how we talk to each other, and they had never seen this before. They were genuinely scared. So it was a lot of knife hands and heated, and you're full of shit, you're a moron. And it was like they'd never seen this before. So there's like a little Mr. Hyde in our back that every once in a while will break out that they're not ready. They're used to the Dr. Jekyll, not the Mr. Hyde. But you put him in a class, you put him out there, and they see how we really talk to each other, how we really are sometimes. With like Mike got one of those the other day. Yeah, I got one for him too. It's not what they're used to.
Yeah.
Find a way to put that in a box because you can't live your life on blast. You got to find the volume button, the knob.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And when you're talking about working with volunteers, they're working for free. They're the best of humanity. They're out there doing the great thing because a lot of people aren't doing that anymore. How do you talk to them on a consistent basis and keep them coming back? That's a hard thing too. And if nothing's good enough and everything's on a higher standard they could ever attain, they're done. So that's a balance we always have to maintain in the volunteer side.
And just to echo on that about volunteers, we use our experience, and then when you are rewarding them or you're talking highly about them to everybody else, you're giving that public praise, and you're being very descriptive about how great of a job they did and how they stepped up and everything like that. That goes a long way when you truly, genuinely reward them in that way with a compliment. It's a lot of times it'll change their attitudes and make them want to volunteer even more when they get accurate, viable information communicated about how good they did. Someone's talking them up. Someone's giving them that attaboy that maybe they don't usually get.
Yeah, I think it's even more so on the civilian side, that whole give them praise thing. I think that goes even further on the civilian side than it does
Andrew.
Military.
Totally. It totally does, Andrew. It totally does. Because like in the Marine Corps, it was like, hey, that's your job. Just get it done. You want a lollipop for, fulfilling your duty responsibilities, but the praise,
no, but I'll take a nap.
That public praise goes far longer way. But if we really think about it, we I know I was a little too stingy with compliments in the Marine Corps when Marines did good, but
well, gee, thanks. Now I see how you really feel about it. Jeez.
I knew how good you did. Maybe I didn't say it, Andrew, when I called you a slacker.
You did call me a slacker regularly. I think almost every time you saw me at the swim tank, that's what you called me. I think that was my name.
After I sent you to the swim tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew was a slacker. You can go ahead and say it. He was a slacker.
Hey, I got to be honest though. Being at the swim tank wasn't bad. It was a good deal. So thank you. Even though I didn't want to go at first.
You did come back as the senior drill instructor, though.
I did, and that is thanks to a guy that's on this podcast. So I appreciate.
You know how many pairs of boots Andrew tried to give me when he was at the swim tank? Hey man, you need some boots? I got some boots.
even when your first sergeant didn't want you to be a senior drill instructor.
That is true. That is true. He wanted me to come back as a third hat at first when we were first talking. You'll be lucky to come back as a J, he told me. I was like, dang, man. I'm like, okay, well, you might want to talk to the sergeant major because he's telling me something different. Oh man, good times.
Hey, Rob, I wanted to kind of touch on your transition. First of all, I'm glad you're having a good transition out, man. Seriously. But I would say that my transition was far different than yours. Whereas you find comfort and solace in going back to the band hall, and he just dropped.
Was that Rob?
Yeah, Rob
just left.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
Yeah, he said, "Fuck you."
He'll be back.
Yeah.
I guess.
Hey, Vic, you said AA Rob. I thought you were saying AA Ron. I thought I done messed up.
All right, yeah. So what I was saying, Rob, was so like I found because I retired, I stayed in the area around Paris Island. So I was going up there. My wife was going up there every week to the commissary. So I'd go drop by the band hall. And for the several months following my retirement, I started having bad dreams. I wouldn't call them nightmares, but they were maybe nightmares. I don't know, bad dreams about like the band wanted me to come do a motor run with them, but I couldn't find my tennis shoes. Or the band wanted me to come back. And, no, seriously, the band wanted me to come back and do one more gig with them, but I couldn't find my cover, or I didn't know when the bus was leaving, or I didn't know where the gig was at, or these dreams kept happening over and over and over and over, and I'm like, I've got to put some distance. So I quit going to base. I quit talking to any of those Marines, and after about 6 or 8 months, the dreams finally quit. So it was on the outside, my transition went very well. My VA counselors did great, and the actual transition out, I had a great experience. But mentally, I had to separate myself from the Marines because I just kept having those recurring dreams that I need to get back, but I can't. There's just one thing holding me back over and over and over and over and over and over again, and I'm like, I got to step away. I got to put some distance. So I'm glad it's going well for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's called get that damn rubber band out of your fucking beard. That would make a difference.
At least put some beads in it or something. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's my beard scrunchie. Why are you jealous?
Seriously? Only thing Rob's worried about is the Steelers, man.
That's the only thing that matters in life to me right now.
Steelers, come on. Here we go.
I also said, hey, you should come on the podcast. And he's like, when is it? And I told him, and he goes, that's during football time. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, really?
I did. The games today were absolutely horrendous. I mean, the Cowboys won by like 25 points. So that tells you how bad these teams are.
What's the world coming to? Oh,
wow.
my God.
Yeah.
That's good to hear, man. I didn't know the Cowboys were doing good. I haven't watched. So
no, Andrew, they're not. No, that's how bad the other team was.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's all that matters. The other team is worse.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just Steelers aren't on. Just go ahead and just change channel.
I don't know.
Probably be more exciting to go for a 3-mile run. watch some of these other teams. I think it's like the 49ers and someone has, and I think Atlanta has this afternoon's game. So I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
that's what's on right now. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I can log in.
Well, shoot. Was there
Rob's
anything
out
else
there
we want to talk?
in the Great Coast, he's sitting out there just enjoying time. And
hey, life is grand, man. I got to give it all up to Andrew though for turning down those orders.
Turning down.
And that's what I was
Turning
told.
down
Man.
orders.
I was
You
told
know what?
you refused, so they called me and I said,
You
well, I mean, if Andrew
lying.
doesn't want to go, I'll go, but I don't want to take his orders.
Yeah, that is exact opposite of what happened. Just so you know, you and your wife stole those orders to the island that will not be named. So throw that out there.
You know that's not true.
Hey, you just tell your wife that though. Just keep telling her.
All I know is Andrew loved coming to the schoolhouse during a transitional time period.
For so many years, we sat at the school and we were waiting to see who was going to come and be like, hey, I want to go to the school. And we were worried that no one was going to want to come to the school. And then all of a sudden we heard he said he wanted to come to the school. And we were like,
yeah,
like, man, this is divine intervention. Like he wants to come to the school. That's perfect. I want to leave. I was like, perfect time.
Perfect fit. Hey, you know what? My wife just ran in here because she is listening to the podcast, ran in here and said, did you turn down those orders?
Of course you did.
Oh, thanks.
Heck yeah. So just curious, where's everyone else at? I know, McNanny, you're still in Georgia?
Southwest Georgia, yeah.
Southwest Georgia. Where you at, Mark?
San Diego.
Oh, all right. Good,
same place.
I know, Vic, I know you're in Beaufort, yeah? Or close by
I'm
there.
in Bluffton.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That's where we're thinking in a couple years once we get tired of this place. I don't know, Andrew. What do you think?
It's hot.
Florida has really good veterans benefits.
Yeah.
So if you're choosing between Virginia and Florida, I would definitely say Florida is your better bet.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember him, Mark, but Ralph Nahara, he was on the drill field with us.
Yeah.
So he's down there really close to Tampa as well. So he's in that area. And so is Vic Miranda, if any of you remember him.
Is he down there?
Yeah, he's in St. Pete. I saw him when I was in Florida this summer. So yeah, he's down there too. So, and I know some other people were down there. What was her name? McCartan, trumpet player.
Yeah.
She's down there. Helms is down there. A lot of people.
Dang, there's a lot of them down there.
So I'm not going to lie. Seeing the taxes taken out of my check here in Hawaii, yeah, I'm thinking Florida might be on the future plans. It's like, come on, man.
Hawaii,
South Carolina is pretty good to veterans too, and it's not quite as hot and humid. It's a year-round riding season up here, but I don't know if you ride a motorcycle, but I mean,
yeah.
My biggest concern is how many miles am I going to get in a month? So it's
there you go.
Nice. It's nice weather up here for that.
California is not good on veterans tax money.
Yeah, you couldn't.
California's not good on anything.
South, you can
Mark said they're not good on much of anything.
If you want to have a gun, so
yeah.
Hey, Florida's good. Yeah, Florida's good riding weather. The traffic's not friendly enough, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Can you
traffic is
split
horrible.
lanes in Florida?
No, you can't, and which is even worse because like the world's worst drivers are here in Florida. I've been to places overseas that drive better than here.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jess, where are you at?
South Dakota.
South Dakota. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
They're pretty good on taxes too, yeah?
Yeah. Property tax is a little high right now. We're working on that, but I was over. Are you in Oahu on K-Bay or Kailua?
Yeah. Kaneohe.
Yeah. That was a little pricey for us there.
Yeah.
Young kids. That was a eye opener.
Yep. We tried to leave, but the house didn't sell, so we're stuck for a couple years, and then we're hoping the market comes back and this thing sells and we can get out of here.
Yeah, but when the market comes back, you'll be all right.
I hope. That's the goal.
to stop here.
Yeah.
So we've been very we've been very lucky. It's Sioux Falls keeps growing, the industry keeps growing. It's been pretty great to be in. So
Nice.
yeah, it's schools are damn great, and parent teacher conference is tomorrow night, so I'll make sure to keep Vic in the back of my mind about all my little percussionist. She's ringing the bell for the birthday for us. We do the battle roll. So
Nice.
Very cool.
She has to have so many hours of like volunteer time to graduate, so she helps me stuff envelopes for the birthday, and then at the ball she gives to set up tables with everybody and all the centerpieces, and then I hand her the ship's bell, and she's like ding ding. She's got a little hammer, so yeah. She I don't know what to do when she graduates. It's gonna be I have no more leverage over her, so I'll have to find somebody else to bang the bell.
Well, do you guys have anything else that you want to discuss? We can if you want to, but we are just past that hour mark, so we can start wrapping it up here. But does anybody have anything else you want to bring up? Going around. No. Yes, no. Okay.
Netflix?
What's that?
You guys watch Boots on Netflix?
Oh yeah, me and the wife actually watched the whole thing.
That is a very divisive topic. I'm finding out because
it's not a bad show necessarily, but it's definitely it can be divisive. I would say, yeah.
What is it?
What was it called?
Boots.
Oh.
It's based off of I have to look it up. It's the Pink something.
The Pink Parade.
What is it?
The Pink Parade.
No, the Pink Marine.
Oh, I heard about it. Yeah,
it's actually a pretty good show, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
And a lot of it is fairly accurate. I wouldn't say all of it, but a lot of it's fairly accurate. I wouldn't say all of it for sure. But it was worth watching, I thought.
There were characters in that show that was like, yep, that's the anarchist right there who's just a complete chaos monkey. And yeah.
I think the one that cracked me up more than anything was the guy that always had the smirk on his face.
That's
for
what
everything.
The chaos. Yeah. There are like 3 of those in my platoon of boot camp. They're just like, watch the world burn.
Yeah,
if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's on Netflix. Is that right? Netflix, I think.
And then on the 10th, they're dropping another documentary on the Marines' birthday. So I'd highly recommend that one. They got kind of behind the scenes. That footage alone is going to be gold. I think it's mostly West Coast guys, but yeah, there's some stuff coming down. But that show Boots on Netflix, that's a very either on one side or the other. There's no in between on that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a fairly good representation of that time period and what was going on. I thought it was actually pretty good overall.
Yeah, tell us, Vic. How was it?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I think he means the cigar.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
cigar time.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, I would say that I think the cigar lived up to its hype. It's been a very pleasant cigar. It is from the reviews that are online. It went through all the changes that it said. It's a little spicy, and I can taste the hints of cocoa at the end. It was Mike. I know you're interested, so I definitely tasted the toasted nuts at the beginning.
Seriously. Yeah, you get a little nub in your fucking hand, dude. So I mean, tell me what. I mean, seriously.
But I mean, look, I've got it down. I'm about to put my my little cigar pick in it to keep.
Yeah, you're gonna stick your freaking toothpick in it. You're gonna be like,
yeah, why not? It's still going. But
like,
no, it's really good. It paired
sausage there.
It paired very well with the McKenna 10-year. Picked out the like the brown sugar and the vanillas from the bourbon. It was. I would say it was a yeah.
Wow, that's at the top.
Lord.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one. It's like yeah.
If I
what
ever
was it again? What's the name of it?
This is Arturo Fuente, Eye of the Shark. Don Carlos, Arturo Fuente, Don Carlos, Eye of the Shark.
That's what
and
I
even
thought.
better,
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. But
it was given to me. It was a gift. I didn't buy it. Somebody gave it to me.
Shoot, that's the best kind of cigar.
Yeah. So and he said, "Hey, appreciate you. Here, try this, and I think you'll like it." And I said, "Well, all right. Well, and here I am sharing it with everybody." So great cigar. Really enjoyed it, and I appreciate Mike. Mike Majors was the guy that gave it to me. Great guy, and thanks, Mike.
Hey, did you have to light it at all? Relight it?
I didn't have to relight it. It got close. I had to trim it up a couple of times because it was burning low on one side. But other than that, it stayed lit, and so that's good for me because my cigar, you guys know, my cigars go out all the time. And it's not because I don't know. It's like a curse that I have on cigars. Nobody at the cigar shop can figure it out.
Yeah, that's what Aaron was saying too. You can't ever have a damn cigar and you have to light it at least once or twice.
I don't know what it is, but I have that problem more than anybody else apparently.
Vic,
this one stayed lit. So.
There, he smokes cigars all the time, and he always reviews one for every episode.
Yep. So
yeah, Aaron doesn't have to light his cigars like that.
Nope. It's too much give, not enough puff puff.
Oh man,
cylindrical objects in your mouth.
yeah. Something about a cat litter box and cylindrical objects, and Mark's got all the good ones. Speaking of Mark having the good ones, I think it's about that time. What do you guys say? We can go ahead and hit words of wisdom. All right, Water Boy, you're new to this game here. So this is when we go round robin here, and we actually say words of wisdom. And this is going to be difficult for you. But words of wisdom, okay? That's what we're shooting for. I'm going to start it out tonight, just for fun. Just for fun. I don't normally do this, but always look at your containers and make sure you know the difference between the water and the gas. That's my words of wisdom for the night. We'll go with Mike. Mike, good. What do you got, man?
I don't know how I can beat that one. I don't know. When the light generators go no, there's only one man in your life that'll ever want more than you, and that's your father.
Ooh, dang. That's pretty good.
Dang. I like that one, man. I like that one.
He's coming in strong. Okay. All right. I like it. I like it. Who's next? What do we got? Aaron, what do you got for us, man?
Well, since it was Mike and my birthday this past week, you know you're getting old when the candles cost more than the cake.
Absolutely. Yep.
I like that too. Yeah. That's good. That's really good. All right. Jess, are you still there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Jess. What do you got? Oh, man.
I got it. Failures are lessons in progress.
Ooh. Okay. Failures are lessons in progress. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. I like it.
Short and sweet.
All right. We'll go over to Vic. Vic, what do you got?
Pardon me while I click away because this is a long one. I got to read it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it said, where'd it go? Oh, man, where'd it go? Oh, here it goes. This is because of our first topic, based on our first topic, or inspired by, I guess. Loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that are important to you. Healing is learning to speak what matters most so you are no longer alone with it.
Dang. Okay. That was good. That was deep. It was deep. All right. We got to go with Waterboy because Mark brings up, he's got the humdingers at the end. I don't know if you can beat Mark. So
if he wanted to say Mark brings up the rear. He did. He was going to say that.
All right. Well, this is what I left with the Marines when I retired. I just let them know, it's like, if you don't like the orders you're getting, take someone else's.
Ooh.
I'm talking about
Okay.
you, Cox. I took your orders.
Oh, wow. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing.
No. Yeah. No.
You know what?
We'll see what the sergeant major has.
Mark, come on.
Take it up
All
there.
right.
Let's go.
Since we were talking about leadership and we were talking about volunteers and everything like that, I'm going to quote John Quincy Adams.
Ooh.
If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader.
Dang.
That's
He
Can I
always
reenlist?
brings it.
I'm just kidding.
that's why Mark's a sergeant major.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why he's a sergeant major. You can't.
Yep.
I mean.
I bet he was
There's
an
not an
excellent
option.
company gunny in the rear with the gear.
Aaron's picking fights tonight.
I love you, Mark.
He used to love you.
Hey, real quick before we end the show, yeah, Mark, next year I will be coming out there sometime. I can't remember if I told y'all my nephew's in boot camp. He did get dropped to MRP and has to get surgery and rehab, and then he'll pick back up. But sometime next year he'll graduate.
Sounds great. Then
Very
I'll get a hold of the protocol officer and get seats in the reviewing stand for us.
Awesome.
Oh,
I'll keep you
gonna
updated.
You're gonna get front row seats.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what's up.
Do you want
I
me
like
to go
it.
visit him later so that the drill instructors take a liking to him?
Yeah. Well, I did contact one out there, and it just so happened he had just recently got hurt, so he couldn't train him like I wanted him to. But
So he's in MRP right now.
MRP right now, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, we better leave him alone in there.
Yeah, let him heal.
So he
Let him
heals
heal.
up.
I'll
balls.
contact you. I'll contact you offline and give you more information.
Great.
No balls. No balls.
That
balls.
poor kid's gonna hate life in MRP. This is great. Oh man, gotta love it. Well, hey guys, thanks for coming on and doing this. I appreciate you guys. You guys make the podcast. If it wasn't for you, it'd just be me sitting here talking about, I don't know. I have no idea what I'd be talking about, but thanks for coming on and doing this. Truly appreciate it. All right, to all the listeners out there, if you're struggling, you need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA does have some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255, or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. The crew cares about you. Heck, even Waterboy cares about you. So if you're, like I said, if you're struggling, reach out. Dial that number. And then, oh man, I totally lost it, Waterboy. Jiminy Christmas, you threw me off.
Way to go. Way to go.
Yeah, thanks. Hold on. Let me think about it
Come
for
on.
a second.
Come on.
Get out there and help them, that kind of stuff, you know.
Help. It'll help you, help me.
Yeah, if you're not struggling, reach out. And help
if you're not struggling, reach out to the buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies that you serve with. Ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. Holy moly. It's been a long night.
I got you, man. I got you.
Everybody else didn't have me, but you had my back. I appreciate you.
Yeah. We care about
you.
Yeah. You know what? That toothpick looks good on you. That toothpick looks good.
We care about you. Stay motivated.
Reach out to me, please. Stay motivated. Change your socks.
No more 22. Honor the journey and finish the fight.